Okay. All right. I think I'll have to be Onela. How you doing? Okay. Okay, Onela, I was trying to respond to some of our concerns here concerning the materials, the data set, the files, and inability to load it. So that was what I was trying to address. So hopefully at the end of the class or maybe on the Telegram group, we can communicate more.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I believe we can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today I want us to progress with the filter function. The filter function. So there are different. If you noticed, we were already touching some of the filter functions already, and we've been able to get examples, make use of use cases. So so it shouldn't be new. It shouldn't be new to you. If you can recall, we use filter functions, we use the conditions, afasand. They were kind of embedded in the logical functions. Okay, and we saw the use cases. So as we progress today, I'll be touching on some few functions, very basic functions that I believe you should know. Okay, so I would start with the calculate function. All right. Let me go over to my facts table. Okay. Mm. All right, let's see what it is. Okay. So, all right, so when you see the fx function, it means it's a function. The first one showing is, I think that's a measure. Yeah, calculated already. So let's look at the syntax. All right. Let me try and increase this font. Okay. So the calculate function, all right. Okay. If you take a look at the definition or the function of the calculate function, it says it evaluates an expression in a context modified by filters. So remember, I started with DAX expression with the way Power BI evaluates functions, the row context and the filter context. All right. So calculated colon are evaluated by the row context, while calculated measures, I just created a measure. To know I'm in a measure tools, you see, come over where my mouse is hovering up. you know that it's a measure I'm calculating. So the calculate function evaluates an expression in a context modified by a filter. And I'll show you an example and explain what it means. All right. So say, for example, there's a problem now and we want to solve it. All right. The expression I want to take I've calculated from my revenues. I've calculated from my revenues, for example, but then I want to see the percentage of a particular category line compared to the total revenue. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me put okay, maybe to make it clearer, let's still go over the table again. I'll get rid of this and I'll show you what it does. I come over to my fact table, right? I go to the table view. I go to the table view. So remember we calculated all right, so this is my facts table. So remember the time where we calculated the total revenue, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and where's the, let me check for that measure. So this is the total revenue. Okay, and then we summed everything up. So now we want to see the percentage of the revenue against the whole revenue. So we'll be doing this on the category level. All right, so this is the product category. So this is the product category. So oh, okay, I'm on the wrong, no wonder. Sorry, I'm on the wrong table. I'm supposed to be on my fact table. Okay, beautiful, yes. No wonder I was looking for, yeah, this is the revenue. Exactly. So we calculated the revenue using the sum x function. Sum x function is an aggregate function. It's an x function also. And remember the calculation, the units times the unit price, the sum total will give us the total revenue. But now we want to see the percentage revenue by category. So let me quickly display this on a card. So this is the total revenue we have. Where is my revenue again? This is one thing, so many. Okay, so this is it. So we have a total revenue of $65.5 million as revenue. But then we want to know the percentage, this is share pool. Okay, we want to see the individual percentage of our product category. So let me go back to the facts table again. So this is our category, okay? We have 4 categories, 5 rather: accessories, mix, rural, urban, and youth. So all of these categories, we want to know the individual percentage that they are sharing, the share they have from that $65.5 million as our revenue. So how are we going to do this? So it's a filter based calculation we're going to do, which is under the filter functions using the calculate function. Okay, so we'll go back to our sales table and say, for example, we want to calculate the total revenue of just urban category. Okay, we come over to a new measure. right? And where is this measure now? Okay, so we name this urban revenue example. So we use the calculate. Okay, so this is the calculate function here. So it evaluates an expression in a context modified by filters. So please, the keynote here is in a context modified by filters. Now we are saying, we're telling Power BI, just select only, it's a modified filter now. So select only urban, all right? Filter it. So we put the criteria. So the expression will be revenue in this case. Okay, so we were interested in getting revenue. The revenue is now fact table to come over to revenue here. All right, so this is our expression. So what is the filtering condition we're giving to it? If the filter condition is for categories, now get the total revenue, we put it in one side, and then from that pool, let's see what the percentage that the selected category holds. So we say facts again. Remember, this is the syntax to get your colon from your table. So we go to a category, all right? Category, which category are we interested in? We want to get for urban, and we enclose it in the double quote. Okay. So we close it, and we okay, I think it has evaluated. So what was the name of our measure? Urban revenue. So I think it's around here. Okay, hold on. Inspire. So I come to my tab. So this is our total revenue, right? I'll explain how it's evaluated. And then I come over to my urban revenue. I can create a new tab, a new card rather. Okay. And then put my urban revenue here. So we see that out of $65.5 million, urban revenue is taking a very large pool of it. Okay. So, all right. Before I proceed, let me hear, Inspire, let me hear how, let me explain how this is evaluated.
Okay, sir. I just want to ask something. Like the way we use this calculate function to filter the urban revenue out of the revenue column. Like I'm thinking that can we also use the some x function, some x function incorporating with the filter function to get this exact value we got for this urban revenue? Do you get my question, sir?
If we can use the sum x.
Yes, with the filter function. When we wanted to calculate sales quantity, say other quantity greater than 5, we use the count x with the filter function to get the other quantity greater than 5. So I'm now asking that can we also use this sum x to filter this urban revenue?
Okay,
Do you get my
I think I get your point, but not very clearly. There are different approach to getting the result. Okay, and calculate function is one of them. I don't want to jump fast. I don't want to go faster than myself. I wanted to show you something. Okay. Let's say. Okay, let me do something. So this the approach I'm using is the DAX function, okay, and I'm using the filter function using the sum x. To answer your question, the sum x is an aggregate function, all right, which is or can also be categorized as an x function. And I mentioned how the x function, where is the x? I think I calculated for total revenue at some point. Okay, this is me using the sum x function here. The sum x function evaluates the way the DAX expression is evaluated is evaluated on a row context, row by row, calculating the expression as we
Yes,
go as we progress through. All right, so that's the use of the sorry.
I understood what you're trying to explain. That the one we did now is not based on a row content. This is based on it
The
is
filter
based on
context.
calculated.
Yes,
Yes. So
it's
I
a
got
filter.
it.
It's a filter context. So that's why you have to understand the row context and filter context.
Yes.
Now, I can do this for. Let me get out of here. Let's go to urban revenue. Let me copy this formula. Okay. Let me copy it and create another expression for in the mixed category. Let me create a new measure. Create a new measure. Let me paste. I call this mix. Mix is a category. Mix. Okay. Sorry. Mix revenue. And I changed this from urban to mix. Mix. Okay. So I click on OK. Let's see what. All right. So I come here. I can duplicate this, copy and paste. So I drag this over here. I get rid of what's inside here. This is urban. So I uncheck this. I come over to mix. Check this. Okay. So we see mix. Mix is having a very low share pool from the total revenue. So this approach is we're approaching it using the DAX function. Now see one very interesting thing here. I can I can approach it using my visualization, my visuals here over here. So I can use the donut chart. Okay. I can use the donut chart over here. I come to I'm interested in category, right? So where's my category? My category is in my facts table. So I come over to my category and I drag and drop it here. So we have all the categories: accessory, mix, rural, urban, and youth. All right. So let's see the percent. Okay, let's see the percentage. I count the number of actions or the number of entries for each product that was bought within each category. Remember, we created another measure here using the count order ID when we use the distinct count in our first class. Okay, so I can use this as I put it in my value fields here. So it's giving me the pool of each category here. You can see the blue, this dark, I don't know what this color is, but it represents the urban. I think this is purple, right? Very deep purple. It represents urban, showing us that it's taking a large percentage of the total revenue. So this is total revenue 65. Look at what urban is taking, 54, almost 80 something thereabout. Okay, 72.2%. And then look at mix. Mix is represented with this blue color here. All right. Look at the total revenue. It has changed to 3.85, which is this. So we are approaching it using the DAX formula, DAX function rather. Okay. I can also come to my urban measure here. I want to change this to percentage. All I just have to do is my forward slash divided by the total revenue. I can call it total revenue. No, I'm not using total revenue. I'm using revenue. Okay, and press enter. It will change now and give us a percentage. Okay, so this is 0.83%. This is the total percentage compared to the total revenue. All right, so if you observe, okay, Inspire, go on.
Sorry, sir. I just want to say something that this urban, the percentage we got, I thought it would be also multiplied by 100, or you change the format to percentage. I don't know.
We're not, okay. This is okay. This is not percentage. This is more like a ratio to the total revenue. This revenue now is not 100. Of course, it is 65 million. So I'm showing you the ratio. So it's different from percentage. Is that understood? That's why it's different from.
Yes, sir.
That's why it's different from this donut pie. This donut here. You can see here it's showing 72.7. Unlike here, it's showing or what did I just do? Unlike here, it's showing 0.83. So it's different. This is in percentage. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Sarah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I didn't get how you came about the percentage number around the do not sign.
Okay, I was approaching it. These cards you are seeing here, the first card, revenue, urban revenue, and mixed revenue. I was approaching it using the DAX expression, okay? And I said we can approach it in a different way using the visuals provided by Power BI. This is the donut chart. All right, so and making a comparison, I'm using the count order by category. So that's why it's a different values is giving us. I'm placing categories side by side with the count order, the order IDs, the number of orders that have been recorded within this data set. So what was the question again? I've even forgot. You're asking how I approach these cards visuals, I believe, right?
The percentages are
Okay, no. If you impute it like this, Power BI just this donut chart, it visualizes it like this. I didn't do anything. I just included. If I get rid of what's in the value field now, I come back and put my, where is this count ID again? It just appears like that. That's the is the functionality of this donut chart, or that's what it gives you when you make use of it. I could go ahead to get rid of this if I don't need it. If I don't need the percentage or the writings here, use in this visual pane, and we are beginning to modify your visuals. Does that answer your question? Are we good?
yeah.
Okay. I hope you can. All right. So let me move to the next function. So in filter function, we have there are various kinds of filter function, and what you get to use the calculate very well. So let's move to the all function. Let's move to the all function. Let me go and explain it. So this is just a brief rundown again. So I'm using the facts, the transaction table. So this is the table I'm using. If I go to my model view, you can see, let me hide all of this. So I'm still making use of this stat schema, the facts, customer, the date, the product ID, and then the geography. All right. So this is what is connected to my facts table. Okay. So I'm heading over to my customer table, product table rather. I want to show you another function, the all function. So I come over, I create another measure. Now the scenario we have here is we want to calculate the total revenue. It's still the same. You see the same thing I did just now. We want to see the ratio. The calculate is used to carry out measures. Carry out measures like calculating your ratios, your profit margin, percentage. All right. So it's showing you the pool, out of the pool, what the initial categories or whatever thing you're using to gauge your total calculation, just the way we did the total revenue but per categories. So we can still do it using the all function, and I'll show you what the all function does. All right, so let's calculate. Let's name this as all. Okay, and I'll come here and I'll use my calculate again. The calculate function. All right. Now, if you see the calculate function, the first argument you see here is the expression, followed by the filter. All right, it evaluates an expression in a context modified by filters. All right. So we write the expression. We're still working with our revenue. So I'm going to call my revenue from the table, my fact table revenue. All right. So that's the expression I'm working with. Oh, sorry. Then the filter context. Now, when you hear the word filter context, I told you we're working with filter functions. Okay, we're working with filter functions. And I'm going to put my all function, which is a filter function. I click on the tab. All right. So I want to filter it using my facts table. Okay, so see the write-up of the all filter function. It says it returns all the rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filter that might have been applied. All right. So it returns all the rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filter that might have been applied. Let me explain this. Let me run the expression first, and then I'll explain this. So it just needs the argument. It just needs either a table name, fact is a table name, or a colon. But I want to filter it. I want to filter my table using the revenue. So I just go with only the fact table. Okay. So I click on OK. Let me go to.
Sorry, sir. Can you please come again? The lost.
Hold on. Let me explain it. I've been experiencing network challenges. Is anyone having the same issue? Can we see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Joy,
Yes, sir.
do you mind logging out and logging in again? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so what was I doing? Okay, yes, I was using the filter function, the all function. All right. So we want to still. I remember I told you the calculator. You can use it for writing measures that will display ratios, percentage, and the likes. So let me show. We're still using our category, and our expression is the revenue. All right. So follow me. I believe you get it from here. Okay. So this is it. This is the table visual. All right. I want to display my category and I want to see their respective revenue. Okay. So I go to my product. I have my category. All right. So I can go to my facts table where my revenue is, and I put it side by side. Okay, so it's giving me the revenue and the category. Right. So we see that for accessories, we have this revenue. For the mix, we have this, and we have this. All right. So what the all function does is that, let's take a look at it again. Let me add my all function to this visual. I want to see the ratio over the total amount. I think I created my all function in, where did I create my all function? I think in the product.
I mean product, yes.
Okay. Okay. So the all is a very simple function. All right. So the all function now, it's just a way of gauging. It's just a way of gauging your. It's a ratio. Okay. So you are seeing when you look at the category and then the revenue, you know that the revenue for accessory, you are just having a glance or a view of it. This is the all function. It doesn't filter the table, the category table. It doesn't filter the category table. Now, how were we able to get our revenue? How did Power BI calculate the revenue for the accessory? How did it calculate the revenue for the mix? How did it calculate the revenue for the rural, urban, and likewise youth? All right, it was based on filter context. Now let's look at the definition. Let me look at the all function again. If I click on the all function, you see the inscription. It says it returns all the rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filter that may have been applied. Okay. But for the revenue, it didn't. When I was calculating the revenue, it didn't ignore the filters. So it went through the table and filtered for just accessories and calculated the total revenue for just accessories products. and then it went on with the next one and calculated for mix. It did the same for rural, urban. So that's why it is evaluated on a filter context. All right, the calculated measures evaluate on the filter context. Remember, I mentioned that in our first class, while the calculated colon is evaluated on a row context. But now the all function, I've cancelled this thing again. You see, the all function, it returns all the rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filter that may have been applied. So this is the total revenue. The reason I'm displaying it on a table like this is because I remember I said I think the all function, that's the calculate also. It's just a way of using it to check what is the percentage or the ratio of your measure or your expression you're calculating that's against the total the total expression, or for in this case revenue. So it's just a way of seeing it. So if I click, let me write back fact again and close this parenthesis. Okay. Do we understand? Any question? Okay, Sarah. So, okay, people are. It's not. I'm just reading the comments. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sir, I wanted to ask, why did the urban revenue figure reduce?
Where is that? Let me.
Revenue top. I was seeing 5 point something before. Income revenue and mixed revenue.
The urban revenue and mix. Where is it on the table or on the do not chat?
On the table.
On the table.
Sorry,
Here,
not on the
this one.
table. Yeah, that one.
The card.
Yes.
Oh, this is I changed it to ratio. Let me check for the urban revenue. What did I name it as again? Urban revenue. Okay, my fact table. Did I name that urban revenue? Okay, I think to show here. Okay. I was trying to calculate the ratio. That's the percentage ratio over the total revenue. So if I get rid of this forward slash, it will revert back to 55, I'll be 54.43. So it tallies with what is here on the table. I was who asked questions? Was it Joy? Did you see what I just did?
Yes, sir. I saw what you just did. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, please. Oh, okay. Let me check who are the hands that are up. All right. Bola, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Please, can you go over
Mhm.
the last stuff you calculated, the one with the all facts?
Okay. All right. Ojo, go ahead also. Let me take all of them. Go ahead. Ojo, I think you're supposed to ask a question. All right, Benedicta.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, please, it's not concerning the teaching for today, but then I feel like most of us are lost because the previous classes we've had,
Okay.
we've
Yeah.
not seen the video to practice. At least it would have been better if the videos have been uploaded, because I went on YouTube and I checked and I couldn't find any. I don't know if you can help us. I don't know, so that we'll not
Okay.
feel lost.
Okay. I th- I think the videos have been uploaded, right? I think all videos we've had with the Power BI have been uploaded. The latest one was uploaded early hours of today. Okay, I think this is what will happen. Okay, Chiamaka, go ahead. Please ask your questions. I think because
Hello, sir. Good evening.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, mine is not a question regarding what the last person said. If you can also give us notes, because listening to this only, I don't think it will help us. We need also notes that we can go through, because this Power BI is a lot.
Okay. I think I know what to do, because so these are some of the DAX function, and yeah, as we're going, it's becoming a bit intermediate, more like uh unlike Excel. There's some most of the good thing is that most of the functions here, all right, not all, but then they are similar. All right, so I'll try and come up with some notes so that we can have an understanding, because well, I don't expect anything less, because if you are as we are progressing with the class, you might not really get everything at the first instance. All right, probably when you go over again, and maybe when you ask questions and do a little bit of research. But the reason I'm saying this is because if you don't ask questions, I wouldn't know your concerns or where to come in. That's why I'm encouraging us to, you know, air our views and ask questions too. If it's something that I should go over again and let me explain it, I don't mind. How do we specify sum and multiplication in the calculate function? So how do you mean? Like, I didn't get the question correctly. Is she on the call? Okay. All right. Let me go over it again. Please just follow through. All right. Just follow through and pay close attention. Modupe, are you saying anything? It's okay, it's really stopping. All right, so I was saying the calculate function, all right, it's a filter function that is expressed or evaluated on a row context based on a row context. Sorry, filter context, not a row context. So what I mean is that when we write the calculate function like this, I can't even recall some of these measures I wrote again. Okay, let's use the urban revenue. Okay. Okay, how many of us understand what I did here? Okay, instead of even asking, let me go over it again. All right, so I said the calculate function. All right. Let me get rid of this. Please follow through. Okay. So I said the calculate function, all right, it evaluates an expression in a context modified by filters. So when we started the class initially, there are two materials. Maybe I should update it. There are two materials that explains the difference between a row context and a filter context. The first thing I mentioned in Power BI and in writing your DAX expression is evaluation context. There's what we call evaluation context. All right. So evaluation context are in two types: the filter context and then the row context. The filter context and the row context. That's the two ways Power BI evaluates DAX functions. All right. So whenever we write a measure, what happens is that measures the more like measure summarizes data in a single value. All right, unlike the calculated column that creates a new column. So I'm trying to go back to the very beginning now. A calculated column, when you hear the word a calculated column, by me hearing the word colon again, it means a new column is being created. All right, a new column is being created. So this is going to take me a bit back, but I don't mind. Let me get rid of this. Let's check the revenue. Okay, let me use this. So this is if you look at my screen right here. All right, so this is a calculated measure. So let me go to the table now. Under facts. Let me explain this now. So when writing DAX, there are two ways. It's in the note I shared. So there are two ways Power BI evaluates it: a calculated measure and the column and the calculated column. It's evaluated based on the row context and the filter context. For the calculated column, when we write our DAX expression, in this case now, see the profit here. The profit here is unit price minus fact price. Sorry, unit price minus unit cost. All right. So when the way Power BI evaluates this is that it goes row by row, row by row, row by row, row by row. So it goes to the first row, subtract the unit cost from the unit price, and then gives an answer here. So by the time it does that in the first 100 rows, it's gradually calculating it's gradually creating a new colon here. So this is the calculated measure, the calculated colon rather. So this is where Power BI evaluates it. It evaluates it on a row context, on a row context. It goes from the first row to the second row down to the last row, and it gives us this range of values here. That is the calculated colon. All right. But on the other hand, all right, the calculated measure like this now, revenue, for example, is a calculated measure. So calculated measure usually returns a value. It's not this one. This one returns several values here, but this, for the calculated measure, it returns a value, a single value. Let me clear this out. So come to our, okay, let me go to, so this is the revenue now. All right, this is the revenue. This is the revenue on my card. So the measure, it summarizes all the data and gives you a single value. So these are our revenue. All right, so this is one of the difference between a calculated colon and a calculated measure. But how are they evaluated? It is evaluated based on a filter context. All right, unlike the calculated colon that is evaluated in a row context, it went row by row. But this is a filter context that is evaluated on based on rather. So I think that brings me to, let me see if I can. So when I mean a filter context, my battery is already low. Oops. Well, my I think the core, my battery is already low. I was trying to see how I could sustain. They've not been light here for a long time. You know what will happen? I think I might have to reschedule another class. Let me see if I can get access to.
Guys, I have sent the link for attendance, please.
The date on the attendance is saying 20th. I don't know. That was on Sunday.
Please fill in the attendance just the way it is. It will be corrected in the back end. Are you guys done for today class? Never.
He said he will reschedule that he has a low battery.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. So you didn't do anything? Or
No, we did. We did.
oh, okay. All right,
It
that's
just
fine.
went off now, like few minutes ago.
Okay. All right. Okay. Have a nice time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Hello, please, as the class ended. The class has ended. I even thought of that.
Sorry, please, what's happening?
Wow, it ended earlier then.
Is anybody in the attendance? No, not yet. Sorry, has the attendance been sent? Oh, what you put it? I wish it was sorry. Hello? Can someone answer me, please?
Yes, the attendance has been sent.
Can you resend it? I'm sorry, Inspire, for that last class on Sunday, you didn't send any attendance link.
No, 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 no.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Saba. Where do I know you from?
Oh, the class has ended. Yeah.
Ó ti fi tọ̀ bàgá jẹ́ Zion. Kíni? Kíni? Kí lo fẹ́? Alright o. Nígbà tó ló sọ, nígbà tí wọ́n mọ̀ kówó fún wọn, ta ni wọ́n sọ? Kódà wọn ò sọ píún. Ẹnu Antóyìn mo sì gbọ́ pé wọ́n mọ̀ kó fún Yàdámì. Yàdámì ò sọ half anybody. And mọ̀mọ́ dẹ̀ sí ní mind pé táwọn bá gbowó àwọn máa fún wọn ìgbà tó ní àwọn ní ìdówó láti fi establish. Màmá ṣe ní pé àwọn táwọn bá gbowó àwọn ò fún lówó wọn á fi establish. Orílẹ̀ kí Yàdámì náà bá wọn jára mọ́ and everything báyìí, ẹ wọ́n á fún lówó tán. Ọlọ́run ló mọ̀ tán fowó òun ṣe o. Ọlọ́run ló mọ̀ o. Bóyá wọ́n fi jẹun ni o, bóyá wọ́n fi rọ́bìsì ni o, bóyá wọ́n fi sanwó ilé ni, bóyá wọ́n fi tí ẹ mọ̀ tán fowó yẹn ṣe. Wọn ò bá ní proper planning fún ilé yẹn. Kódà àní kán fi owó yẹn gan kán fi ṣe nǹkan míì tó bá tí ì mọ̀ tán fẹ́ fi ṣe. Kán ní kí grandma sì kó lọ́wọ́ pé kán fi bá wọn ṣobì, bó jẹ́po, kán dẹ̀ sì ṣáà kó lọ́wọ́ ná. Kò sí bá kówó sọ́wọ́ yẹn táìmù yẹn máa ná but ó dùn mí o. Mo ti try tó tọ̀. Ó dẹ̀ máa dùn mọ́ tí wọn ò fi lè gbé kọ́ mọ́ ń ronú ni. Ó rù mí nínú. Although economy ò dáa. Economy yẹn worse. But àwọn sísí ti travel out now. Ìgbàṣẹ́kùn gba PhD. Economy ò dáa o. A sì tún dúpẹ́ àwọn míì sí worse. Ṣé bra Samson gan tó yẹ kó fẹ́ fẹ́ wọn gbà ní bra Samson ló ti ń lo mọ́tò tó àti àwọn ọ̀rẹ́jọ́ wọn manage ara wọn yìí. So economy ò dáa but at least náà kí economy tó tún burú jù báyìí ni wọ́n ti kówó yẹn fún wọn. Ká pé wọ́n lo owó yẹn judiciously ni there is probability pé kò ní bọ́ sí situation tó ń wá yìí. Tán gbàdúrà sí k'Ọlọ́run sọ owó yẹn di irú kó digbá fún wọn. Economy ọ̀kọ̀ ẹ̀ka tó náà ti fún Bro Victor. Ṣé rọrọ̀ àti Bro Victor? K'Ọlọ́run ṣàánú àwọn méjèèjì ni. Kò ẹ̀ka tó yìn sọ fún Bro Victor. Kò ẹ̀ka sọ fún Bro Victor pé àrífín ló dà ó ti parí ọ̀rọ̀. Pé àbúrò mi bèrè lọ́wọ́ mi lénìí, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mọ̀ ní ìyá òun lówó lọ́la. Àrífín ni. Don't dey talk that kind thing. Ẹnìkan bí mi léèrè nǹkan àti mi kan pass through nǹkan báyìí. Kọ́kọ́ kó tèmi rò pé irú family wo wá lè ti gbé one pass through nǹkan bá àbí irú kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gan. So I no dey talk kò ẹ̀ka tó yìn sọ fún Bro Victor pé one bàbá ní kí yá wọn ní 10,000. Two Yàdámì ti ní káwọn yá wọn lówó. Bro Victor sọ̀rọ̀ kó jẹ́ tí pé kó mọ̀ jẹ́ mi Bro Victor kó jẹ́ tó wà reserve tó mọ́ gbé nǹkan sára. A ó lọ́kọ̀ mi pé àbúrò mi send owó sí wa. Ìwọ kó fáwọn family ẹ̀. Ṣé mi ò láwọn family tí mo lè kó fún ni? Meanwhile na my parents àbúrò mi ló tún send iye báyìí sí wa. Ṣé àwọn family fẹ́ máa kó fún kò sí bó jẹ́ wọ àgọ́ bùkátà tó lè fi rọra wọn wò. Kí àbúrò wọn send owó sí account ọkọ wọn. Kọ̀ọ̀kan wa mọ̀ send sí family wọn. Àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn náà yẹ kó sọ títí tó fi dá owó yẹn padà kò yẹ kí wọ́n sọ. Bàbá wọn sọ pé Bro Victor béèrè pé bọ́ọ̀lù àwọn ṣe náwó. Ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn àti Bro Victor Ọlọ́run kan ṣe àtẹ̀bá wọn ṣe. Ìjà àwọn kò wọ́n ti jà. Torí mo ti bá miss call wọn látọ̀sán mú. Àwọn àti ọmọ ti pè mí látọ̀sán. Wọ́n dé sí ni wọ́n pè mí pé àwọn pé ọ̀rọ̀ kọ̀ǹténà pé àwọn ti ra kọ̀ǹténà wọn. Pé wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn ti tọrọ kọ̀ǹténà yẹn náà dìjà. Níjọ́ Sunday orí fóònù mi àti Bro Victor wà tá à ń fà àti Àtóyìn ọ̀rọ̀ kan sí pásọ̀ wọn tán ọ̀rọ̀ kọ̀ǹténà yẹn dìjà. Pé the pastor bá àwọn Àtóyìn get kọ̀ǹténà Bro Victor lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn rẹ̀ ṣàfà sùúrùtù. Bro Victor nìkan má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Tí mo ṣe àpàrà bí Àtóyìn lè tà àti Bro Victor sì fẹ́ pa Àtóyìn ẹ̀yin lẹ jẹ̀bi o. Pé kò yẹ kí mo rojọ́ yín káàkiri. Ìgbà tó tún pé Yàdámì pé àwọn bó ṣe sọ pé ó ní káwọn wáyà 1,000. Wọ́n náà tó ìṣe tó sọ fún Yàdámì pé Bro Victor sì send owó pé èèyàn mélòó lè fẹ́ send sọ̀rọ̀ pé wọ́n send owó sí yín. Kálẹ̀ èèyàn kan ló sọ àti ìwọ ní ọ̀rọ̀ sí mo ní kò mọ̀ sọ àwọn ni mo sọ fún mọ̀mọ́ àwọn èrò padà fúnra wọn sọ fún mọ̀mọ́. Wọ́n fún wọn kó wọ́n send owó sí wa ẹ̀yin lẹ sọ. Tí mo ìgbà tó sọ pé Yàdámì bò wọ́n náà tó ìṣe sọ fún Yàdámì pé Bro Victor send owó sí wọn bá ní ẹ̀rọ tí bá ń polówó fúnra wọn nínú ẹ̀yin lẹ publicize àti ìtàwọn láwọn ò sọ àwọn kan sọ pé ó send owó sáwọn tá à ń fura kọ̀ǹténà pé àwọn ò sọ yà mọ́ọ̀dì ẹ̀ ṣáà sọ pé wọ́n send owó sí i. Pásọ̀ ni Bro Victor ọ̀rọ̀ mẹ́jọ last time wọ́n ní pásọ̀ mọ̀ ní kán mú iye báyìí wá ẹ̀ tí ṣẹ̀dá mi owó yẹn. Ta ló sọ fún yín pásọ̀ pé wọ́n send owó sí àlẹ́ ní àwọn sọ. Àti gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú family nǹkan lè máa sọ fún pásọ̀ lè máa sọ fún àwọn èèyàn tí ṣe ní bá ta èèyàn dọ́ọ̀bù jẹ ni. Ẹ̀yẹn tún ṣe nísìnyí tí wọ́n bá sọ fún Yàdámì lè mú kó wá lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ó ti parí ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n bá lágbára ẹ̀ kó sẹ̀dẹ̀ sí wọn because is even àwọn góòtù ró báwo làwọn ṣe fẹ́ ṣe é tó fi sí wọn dé ó cash. Kó wọn máa fi message aráàlú wọn káàkiri kò dáa kò really make sense kò dáa. Tó bá ṣe gbénu bùkátà lè máa gbé you quote to code according to your size. Economy yẹn bad tó yẹ pé òun fẹ́ràn jẹ lójoojúmọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ wá jáde tó bá dẹ̀ sùn wẹ́jẹ yẹn ara pọ̀ mọ́ ẹlòmíì ò ní ìmọ̀ tí ó jẹ gan lálẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n ó ti ń sọ pé quality food so people do not even care about quality All the case, they should just put something inside their tummy. And it's everywhere. That's the kind of government to find ourselves. Quality ló sì ń sọ. Ẹlòmíì ò fura quality nísìnyí, quantity ẹlòmíì wá pé kó ṣàṣẹ jẹun lálẹ́, kó ń jẹ láàárọ̀ ọ̀la, kó ń jẹun, kó mọ̀ febi sùn, kó mọ̀ febi jí, kó mọ̀ fìmí ṣòfò lọ sí ibi iṣẹ́ àbí bọ́ oúnjẹ ọdún lọ. So bó ṣe rí nìyẹn o, the economy is bad and it's everywhere. Imagine, think of people that don't even have, that are not in the level tọ́lọ́run fi yàn sí. Think of how they will be living. Ọlọ́run ṣàánú mọ́mì dámi, Ọlọ́run come through for them o. Ọ́fíìsì pé economy bad ju kọ́wọ́ kan mọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ lọ. Ọwọ́ medicine ṣiṣẹ́, someone is not even eating what you want, you're just eating what you see. So kí Ọlọ́run bá wọn ṣe o, yóò dùn mọ̀mọ́ òun rò pé kí ló ṣe àwọn ọmọ àwọn náà, àti pé first ẹni kí dání lóko wọn dání lóko ẹ̀ náwó yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni dáadáa mi náà wá ń gbà yẹn tán wá sí ìgbà tá a wá ṣe 15 September yẹn. Wọ́n sáré pé wọ́n sọ fún ìyàwó dámẹ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀ wọn ti jẹ rice tán jẹun rice fún ẹ̀kan lẹ̀, wọ́n ti wá Ọlọ́run dáríjì wọn, wọ́n jẹun everything. Iṣu tá fẹ́ fi gún yẹn àti ló sọ fún ìyàwó yín pé iṣu wípé kó bá yín mú iṣu wá, bẹ́ẹ̀ àti ìyàn fọ́tò pé kó bá wọn mú iṣu wá, báyìí mo sọ pé kó bá wọn mú iṣu wá. Ẹ̀dá mi ò dáa, wọ́n wá bá mi pé kó bá wọn mú iṣu wá káwọn jẹ. Ń sáré jẹun pálọ̀, wọ́n rí pé àwọn èèyàn fi mú pálọ̀, wọn sáré gbé yòókù lẹ̀. Bó jẹ́ ṣe for apple lèèyàn lè ṣe ń ṣe, àní kébí mọ́ pààyàn kéèyàn mọ́ tọrọ jẹ. Àní kéèyàn ní nǹkan kan ọrùn náà, kọ́rùn ìyàwó wọn náà. Kéèyàn tún dúpẹ́ tèèyàn ṣá, it is well.